All right. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I am your mini medium on the A1R Psychic Radio and the always wonderful, beautiful, amazing, fabulous Moonstruck TV. I'm giggling because I literally have been jumping from like one thing to the next, and I just, you know what, that's what we do when you're in this business. You just become you you become adaptable and on the fly. So excuse me if I'm a little bit scattered during the first part of the show. Man, my nose is itching, and you know what they say when your nose itches? That what is it? Someone's talking about you or thinking about you. So someone must be out there talking or thinking about me, huh? Anyhow, well, I am excited for, yeah, always excited. Every week I'm excited for my podcast. But just some fun, probably useless knowledge. But today is National Oreo Cookie Day. And so on my Facebook page, Mini Medium, I did kind of a fun little poll today. And then tonight at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, which my producer is going to just love me for this or not, which is 6:30 p.m. What is that? Help me out, Dave. What is 6:30? That's the California time, Pacific time. My brain doesn't want to work. And then obviously Eastern is 9:30 and then 8:30 Central. And for all my Australia peeps and the UK, I have no idea, but we'll get that out there. Anyhow, so here in about an hour and a half ish, I will be on my Facebook page, Mini Medium, and we'll be doing kind of a fun little giveaway and a poll about Oreo cookies. So I don't know about you guys. I love Oreos. It's such a random topic right now, but it was interesting to see people's answers of how they eat their Oreos. So curious how do you eat your Oreos? I dip my whole cookie in for the most part, just enough to not get my fingers in the milk, and then of course, eat eat the Oreo cookie that way. So some people, um, they do the whole twist and eat the center, and and now anyway, it's just kind of fun to see. But some fun, maybe useless knowledge today. But happy National Oreo Cookie Day. How's that? All right. So, as usual, I'm going to pull one of my affirmation cards and see what the message is for the week and let you know what the number is for today that I have been seeing that literally popped up just as the as my podcast started. I thought, oh, that must be it because I wasn't getting much. So we'll talk about that number here in a moment. But I want to pull that affirmation card, and because I was jumping from one reading to the next and one, changing hats, as they say, I was not as prepared as I wanted to be. So I'm going to count these out really quick, and we'll see what our affirmation is for the week. So let's see, 23, 5. I can't count and talk at the same time. It's like, what are they, walking and chewing gum at the same time? Definitely does not work for my very all over the place energy some days. Okay. All right. Well, very simple, but I feel like even the most simplest words can be such an impactful message. So, your affirmation for this week, and we're in the first part of March. This is my first podcast in March. So happy March, right? So March 6th today, right? Yes. So March 6th through the next week, your affirmation is everything is going to be okay. Simple, but yet doesn't that help us to give us some hope and just putting out all that good, beautiful energy into the universe of going, you know what, regardless of how difficult things seem to be at the moment, but everything's going to be okay. Right. And I always say, look how far you've come. I think we stress so much about so many things that we don't know about. But if you sit back, and I've actually been doing this recently and reflecting on my life, how far I've come, boy, I would need like a 3-hour podcast to tell you guys all about my journey. Maybe one day I'll have to do a whole, YouTube thing or something. But, when I'm having my toughest days and I feel a bit defeated, I just think, gosh, Steph, you have come a long ways. Look how far you've come. So we'll get through it. It's all about that energy and that positive mindset and that law of attraction, right? So hopefully just that simple little message that everything is going to be okay. Hopefully it's hitting you right where you need it. So, okay. All right. Well, super excited, as always, to take my first caller for the night. And I have Jimmy, and Jimmy is from Georgia. Hi, Jimmy. This is the mini medium. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing really well. Really well. How can I help you tonight?
Um, well, I found myself at a crossroads. I was my mother's caretaker for many years, and she recently passed away. And I'm not really sure what's going to happen financially for me. I'm unemployed at the moment, and we're having trouble finding my mother's will. And I wondered if you might be able to give me any insight on that.
Okay, sure. I will do my best, my friend. I've had this question. I have done this 27 years, and it is actually a common question that I get of, can you help me find my mom's ring? Or I lost my keys, can you help me find my keys? And um I would say, now if you're pregnant, Jimmy, I am like 99% accurate. So
All right.
that's been my forte lately. Or if you have a pregnancy or gender needing, it's been interesting to see how that's kind of been my thing. But helping people either have some kind of comfort or confirmation of where something is, or that it still is out there. I definitely, will do my best to help you with that. Um, so first off, I want to ask you, which I ask all my callers, uh, if they connect to the numbers that I get now, being that your mom has passed, and first off, my condolences to you, my friend. I've lost my mom as well. It's definitely, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for sure. And I can feel, even just listening to your voice and just your energy, that obviously how much she was a part of your life and vice versa. So, um, uh, sending you all some good love and light and healing energy. Um, now, the numbers that I kept getting say, now I got two numbers. So the number 29 kept coming up, and then the number 18. So, how I connect is my guides, or it could be that your mom, coming through and using my mediumship showed me these numbers. And the way I connect would be the 29th of a month would be where the 29 comes in. Um, the February 9th. This can also be the age of 29, or they might have been born in 1929. This is how spirit works. And then the same with 18. 18 will be a date, an age, or January 8th. And or we could even be going to 2018, which was what, 6 years ago. With that said, I know that was a lot. Do you connect or resonate with any of those numbers?
Um, Not really, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. No worries. Okay. I always say, please keep it in mind. Sometimes we get kind of tunnel vision, and then um, I'm just starting to hear things, by the way. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm getting stuff through what we call clairaudient. I'm starting to hear some things. So, but we'll get tunnel vision. And then sometimes later you'll go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot. The 18th of a month is a birthday, a death date, whatever it may be. So, can I ask, really quickly, because I want to make sure that if I am channeling mom or if I'm starting to connect with my guides, um, how long ago, may I ask, did your mom pass?
Um, Almost 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And can I ask what the date was?
It was January 11th.
January 11th. Okay.
Uh-huh.
1/11. Okay. Okay. Um, the reason I ask sometimes when I start to get messages, even if it's from the other side or whether it's mom or any other of your loved ones that have passed, some mediums, if you will, feel that they can't get much information or be able to really connect unless that soul has been crossed over for about a year. I've never had that experience. I've been able to connect, and the reason why I'm asking is because I've had such a very what I call a very feminine, very light. I always say the way I channel is men come through, male souls come through like a ton of bricks, and then the females come through like a ton of feathers. It's just kind of the vision I like to give. Very much like a ton of feathers that I've had all day today. So if I'm starting to connect with your mama, one thing that I feel I am getting uh, was the fact that she uh, very much has already settled in on the other side. There's a sense of that she was ready to go. So, it wasn't too much of a shock when she got to the other side. Um, just with that in mind, I pulled two cards for you, which I don't necessarily read tarot, but I like to use the cards as a guide or a tool. So, in respect to your question, um, uh, you pull two cards that are very powerful when it comes to control. So one of the cards you pulled is a wand. Now, wand also represents fire, which fire for us always looks at igniting, having something actually go into effect. But it also can mean that fire can be damaging. So now we've got the sword that goes with that. And the sword is like where you, per se, or other family members are really fighting and defending and protecting. And that can really get very intense, which will build up that fire. So I just want you to be mindful that uh, if I'm channeling mom, there's such a heavy sense of make sure that the family doesn't have any issues, that we don't have that big old bonfire, if you will, to where family starts to go separate ways because of the will. Now, boy, I keep getting stuff in my throat, and I'll tell you, I'm sorry, I keep clearing my throat. Did your mom was mom on was she on life support or did she have issues through her throat?
Um, yeah, at the end, she was on a respirator until we took her off of it.
Okay. Okay. That may be why I can't get this feeling out of my throat too. So, and may I ask, there's such there's such a heaviness or concern coming from, if this is mom, which I'd love for her to give me more validation of concern of the family. And even her passing being just a couple months ago, that she's very adamant about that there's some tension there. Is that correct?
Um, a little bit. Um, but I think a lot of it is a lack of communication.
Okay.
Um,
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, I agree with you there. Um, One thing your mom is showing me, and I kind of feel like we're getting mom. I just because my whole right side just got chills. That's my validation of her validating this is her. There's also a sense of that really someone questioning was the will changed and others weren't aware. So it feels to me there was some changes or um, for instance, someone saw the will at one time, this is what they thought it said, but someone said, no, it was changed to this. And so there's some um, confusion there. If that hasn't gone into effect, please just be mindful of it because I feel like there's a sense of that vision coming from mom. Okay.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the will that's the issue. There's a banking issue that has come up that might fall into that category.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So just kind of want you to be keep that on your mind and be aware of that. And um, and if anything, I do feel like there was some changes made as what I'm seeing is what his mom has been bringing up. Because even a wand means where if you think about having a magic wand, it's where you can get what you want when you want and how you want it. So it's like a fairy godmother wand. Your mom shows me that, but she also shows me that she was not under any duress. She wasn't under any kind of, pressure to make the changes, that there was some made with that, with, the bank account or whatever it may be. So, just, I'd say just be mindful of that. But um, the will, I'm going to tell you, uh, the vision I keep getting, and I just, again, take this with you, and I hope this helps guide you. Uh, it really has to do with, I feel, I know that the older, the, I should say that the elderly maybe didn't work so much with computers or, had much put in like an electrical, or not electrical, I mean, electronic file. But she's showing me that there is more information of where this will is, and it's literally in an electronic file setting, even if it's a zip drive. So maybe look for a zip drive or something like that. Um, but she just keeps showing me that somebody showed her how to do this. It almost reminds me, I don't know if you ever seen the commercials that you can call people and then they'll work with your will and um, all of that stuff. Not that that's literally what she did, but that's where she's bringing me to. So please be mindful of that. Watch for that, okay?
Okay.
um, uh, and then I want to tell you the other thing that I feel she keeps showing me too. Um, uh, sh I just heard her say, "Oh, he's such a good boy," and she's referring to you. I just heard he's such a good boy. So she must really be proud and really knowing that you're going to make the right decision regardless of what you do. So I wanted to share that with you. But also, the last thing I'll tell you that your mom, I'm getting a lot from her, by the way. But I got a name, and names for me come through a bit cryptic or broken up a little bit. So I always say it's like tuning into a radio station, and if we don't tune in right to the station, then it's a bit staticky. But uh, I kept hearing, hang on one second, I'm going to write a couple names down here I'm getting. So, uh, uh, okay. So I just heard a two-syllable L name, but I can hear the S. I know sounds really, so I kept like, and they could be living or past, by the way. Leslie, Louise, Lois. I can hear the L and the S. Do you connect with that name?
Uh, well, I had a great grandmother named Louise.
Perfect.
That
Go ahead.
yeah, other than that, I can't. That's the only thing that pops into mind.
Okay. No, I think you're right on point, my friend. I got my validation chills from either your mom or her. But there's an overwhelming sense of hearing that name. But the feeling I got was just how that they are together. And even if they weren't, related per se, but there's a sense of the bond. So maybe that gives you some peace knowing mom's hanging out with many on the other side.
Cool.
Well, I hope that helped you, my friend. I know these are short and sweet, and I've got my next caller, um, I always throw this out there. I have my website, or excuse me, my Facebook page. It's Mini Medium. Here in about an hour, I'll hop on and do free readings for a couple hours. If you're up and you're interested, hop on, let me know who you are. I'm happy to continue this for free, if you're interested.
Okay, that sounds great. I appreciate what you've done for me.
Sure. No, it's my pleasure. And I wish you all the best of luck. And I'll tell you, this is a good year for you, my friend. So hang in there. I can feel it.
All right. Well, thank you for everything again.
You betcha. All right, my friend. Take care. Bye bye. Okay. All right, guys. We've got some time for my next caller. Sorry, these go over a bit. I get so engrossed. So, Chris from, I believe, is it Pennsylvania? Okay. That's what I get for being so talkative. I told you the energy is crazy. Uh, we'll wait until we can get the beautiful Chris back on in the PA. So anyway, really quick, if you guys have time, or every Wednesday night, my Facebook page, Mini Medium, I hop on about 7:30, 7:45. It's free, so I may not be exactly on that time. I try to spend time with my family and actually eat something. But hop on the Mini Medium Facebook page, and you'll see me hopping on there live. And just let me know you heard me on the podcast on A1R or on Moonstruck TV. Wait, I get so much stuff in my throat, by the way, when I'm channeling the other side. So I think that we've got a lot of souls trying to come through. It's interesting. They manipulate my throat chakra. So hop on. Let's do some free readings, couple hours. The energy is incredible. We're going to talk about Oreos for a minute. But then also, in addition, if you're here in the state of Utah or you want to come to Utah, I have several events coming up. So here in the next, 10 days, I will be doing some events here at a place called Redemption. It's a bar. And I would love to see some of you and let me know. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we have a new caller. This is Melissa from Oregon. Hi, Melissa. This is the Mini Medium. We've got a little bit of time, hun. How can I help you tonight?
I'm not really sure because I didn't really actually think I was going to get a call back because I was just waiting to pick up my kid from work. So when the phone rang, I was like, "Oh wow, hi."
Well,
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Huh?
I everything happens for a reason, and I happened to my last caller, we got disconnected, so there must be a reason we're connecting, my friend. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I can just connect with and generalize, do a general and just see what we get. Sometimes that's the best way to go with no hesitation. Okay, you got it. Okay. Can I ask you really quick? I asked all my callers, do you connect with the number 29 or the number 18?
Not really.
Okay. So
nothing like pops into my head right now.
Right away. Okay. Well, and I know we caught you off guard. Let's see, you're in Oregon. Okay, so you're probably are you Mountain Time or are you Pacific? I think you're Pacific, right?
Pacific. Yeah.
Okay. So let me tell you, my friend, I know that we don't have much time, but I feel like those numbers, something there's connecting with you. I've done this 27 years and I can never, ever not listen. So we could very well be channeling a loved one that has passed, and I kind of feel that way. So here in an hour, it'll be 6:30 your time, Pacific time, 7:30 Mountain. On my Facebook page, Mini Medium, I do free readings for 2 hours. If you are interested, and that's 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. If you have time, I would love to have you hop on. Tell me who you are. And then, and 10:30 Atlantic. My producer's keeping me on track. But I would love to have you hop on. Tell me who you are, because you've got a lot coming in, my friend, and I don't want you to miss this. So if you're interested, I would love to see you if you have time.
Okay, yeah. Mini Medium, you said 6:30 Central, so that would be what, 10:30 my time, you said?
No, it'll be 6:30. So in an hour, in 1 hour.
Oh, okay. God.
Yeah.
It keeps like I don't know. I have terrible Wi-Fi, so I was like, am I hearing that right? Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good, hon. You are just fine. I really feel those numbers are connecting to you, and you very well have some soul, someone trying to come in, that I feel like we've got to get you this message. So, but yeah, mini medium on Facebook, and I'll do readings for 2, sometimes 3 hours. So I've got about 60 seconds left on my show. So please let me know who you are, and I will pull you in right away so you don't have to wait.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. Well, drive safe, and I will talk to you in about an hour-ish.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, hon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Okay. All right, you guys. You know what? That's the way we go, right? We go, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Isn't that? Look, we're talking Oreos. All right, guys. Well, crazy, fun, energetic night, but I'm your mini medium. I will see you guys next week. Please go to my website, mini-medium.com to schedule and to see events. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.